whenever you're listening to this fantastic podcast. We have got a really, really fun guest today with us on the 21 Minutes with Elesia, Vera.
Yes.
And we've got the driver behind Sarasota Ford's Boldest marketing moves. If you haven't seen what's happening on their social pages yet, we're about to give you 21 minutes of why you have to immediately go look. We also have Shay today here with us, our brilliant social media manager. To kick us off, because I'm dying to know all the behind the scenes of how you actually made this happen. And already talking, I'm very excited to hear the details. All right, kick us off with an icebreaker, though. Sarasota Ford might just be the only dealership where you come for a truck and leave talking about their TikTok moves. So if you could choose any song for your team to dance to, what would it be?
That is a good one. There's all the trends with all the great songs currently, but I would say all of the guys love Fergie. So anything by Fergie.
That makes so much sense.
And the Beyoncé and all of the fun songs. So I'd have to say anything by Fergie or Beyoncé. Sure.
The fact that this is like a girly pop song that the men want to jam to just like actually makes my heart sing.
Yeah. It just gives you a sneak peek into their content already.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes.
And how much they're enjoying it.
Yeah, they love it. They have so much fun with it, which I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in looking at some of the content you're producing, you've done some pretty cool and wild, and might I even venture to say thirst trappy things for not just the gram, but TikTok and Facebook now. Mm-hmm. So, can you just tell us a little bit about how you started down this route? Like, what was your inspiration? How did we get here?
Yeah, so Sarasota Ford is really all about breaking the stigma of your traditional dealership. So when you think about buying a new car, the first thing you think about is, I don't want to have to go in and deal with the salesman and kind of deal with the hassle of someone, you know, trying to get me to buy a car or to kind of upsell me or upcharge me. So at Sarasota Ford, we really want to break that stigma. And so when I first started there, I had to kind of take a look overall at their social media and say, okay, well, I don't really see that in the social media, so how can we incorporate that and really break the stigma before they even get here to the dealership?
Right.
So I had seen one of the videos from this dealership in New Zealand. They kind of started, they do kind of, I would say, an elevated version or maybe even a more sassy version of what we do. But they had posted one video and I was like, this is good. Yeah, this is good. So we definitely gained inspiration from them. Mm-hmm. Sarasota Ford is very traditional when it comes to kind of how they do things. And so pitching that initially was a bit tough.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 26, so having a 26-year-old social media manager come in and say, I know this is crazy,
right,
but just trust me here.
Yes.
So that's kind of how it started.
I love this, and they obviously went for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm so lucky and so grateful, and I'm sure you can relate to this, but and I did a lot of freelance in the past, but pitching ideas that are risky, that could be risky potentially for someone's brand or like the overall image that they want to have, because it is corporate at the end of the day. Ford is a corporate company, but doing it in a way that still feels authentic to them and not so much girly pop or so much like a 26-year-old girl running their social media. So having to find that balance was key and very important to me. So that way it still felt genuine to Sarasota Ford. So
completely.
Yeah, so that's kind of the approach that I took.
Wait, I love this. Okay, so just to recap, she saw an opportunity to create personalities.
Yes.
So they were approachable, so it didn't feel like you were going to the dentist to go buy a car.
Yeah.
Instead, you were like, okay, I know that guy and that guy. I love his moves.
Yes.
And it feels like he's fun. And like the experience would just be so much better.
Yeah, and too, like, when you go into that dealership, my first or second day there was not your traditional, hi, how are you? It was like, oh my gosh, welcome. Let me show you around. Like, there is so much personality there in general.
Yep.
So I was like, why don't we show this?
Completely.
This should be kind of a first initial step before even trying to sell someone a car. So,
yes.
yeah, it was just highlighting people's personalities that they already have.
So I think that is so key because as we were just catching up before, I learned a tiny little bit about how this initially went when you didn't just pitch leadership, but then you had to get all the guys on board.
Yes.
And girls, right? But like a lot of the sales guys and these roles that you need to be the star of the show.
Yeah.
Tell us how that conversation went. Like, what was it for you that you were like, hey, I want you to dance to Fergalicious? Like, what were the responses? How did you get them on board?
So I can't give all the credit to myself. I work with an executive producer. So she kind of did all of the commercial style videos, kind of your more traditional media at Sarasota Ford. So after pitching it to leadership, I pitched it to her and she was like, I know all the guys. I can definitely make them do this or help you.
Yes.
Because I was fairly new.
Sure.
So going in, she definitely helped kind of warm them up to the idea. But all of them are dads, and there are a few that I knew would definitely be up for the challenge. So, but again, I think it's all about making people feel comfortable. You know, the first video I knew not everyone would be up for it. So I was like, hey, we're doing this thing. If you don't want to be in it, totally fine.
Yep.
If you do, great, amazing. And I think also you have to have that energy when you come up to them, right? Like having that positive, like outgoing, bubbly personality definitely helps. And even if it's uncomfortable, like doing the dance move yourself or like showing them the moves or being like, I can be in it with you. I think that definitely helps in the beginning for sure. But once they saw the vision after the fact, it was that much easier to get them in the next one.
So like once it was posted and they started getting some positive responses is what I'm hearing you say, then some of the other guys sort of came around. Is that how that?
I think obviously anyone initially having a social media manager come in and them being like, oh, I'm not really sure what she's about or what she's going to try and do or what her vision is. But again, once they saw that people loved it and it was fun and it kind of embodied what Sarasota Ford represents as far as, you know, breaking the stigma, having a fun work atmosphere. And then when people started coming in saying, hey, I saw your video, they're like, oh, wait, this works. Now I get it. So, yeah, that's kind of
so they're like getting hyped up and selling cars and, you know, all the personality, you know, boxes are being checked here.
Yeah.
How have you seen this impact like overall sales? Have you been able to track that all the way through? Do you feel like that's really given you a foothold in the area? Because clearly we're talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a local celebrity moment, you know, that you're having and kind of the guys and the individuals and the personalities.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about that. Yeah,
so I mean, it's kind of funny because you never know what it's going to turn into. It's kind of blindly hoping that it does something, but I don't think we've been able to track fully analytic-wise how many leads, but we've started a different approach where we run the fun videos as ads as well. So previously we were just running kind of your traditional social media, like commercial style ads on all platforms. Now we're actually using the fun videos that do well as ads and they do even better. So within the near future, I'm hoping that we can track that back to leads and stuff. But overall, the just foot traffic in the dealership that is by word of mouth from our videos has been incredible. I get texts all day long from the sales guys being like, hey, so-and-so from Fort Myers came just from the video, and it's so awesome. I love hearing it. It is like, okay, it's all worth it, and I got them to dance, but now they understand.
Now they got a sale, so they're like, okay,
now they understand what I was doing. So it's just kind of full circle for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because now that they're bought in, not only do they want to participate because they're local celebrities,
Yeah.
but they're actually selling cars,
Yeah.
which is, the whole effort around the initiative,
Yeah.
right? Is really creating amplification of the brand, which you've been able to do in a really, really saturated industry.
Yeah.
Right? It's like how many TV commercials for car dealerships and sales, and I can't even imagine trying to cut through that noise
Right.
and being able to like bring a really thoughtful and strategic way and fun, more
Yeah.
importantly.
Yeah.
Has there ever been anybody who's surprised you with their dance moves?
All of them. All of them. What's funny is, again, after it's been about 5 months, after 5 months, I'm still learning all of the personalities there, but you never really know what you're going to get until it's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Yes.
And they turn it on so quickly. A lot of them are dads. So they have like little kids and it comes out so fast when you turn the camera on and you're like, I love that side of you. So it's funny you get to see them all day being serious and very prim and proper. And then I think they're holding it in all day, and then as soon as
they're waiting for their moment.
As soon as they see me, they're like, "Okay, let's have some fun." So it's just fun to see. But
do you ever like tailor your videos because you know that it will like match someone's personality? Like,
absolutely, yes. Like in my head, before I even go into the dealership, I know who would be a good fit. Obviously, things happen and they get busy, but like, wow. This one guy would be perfect for this. So, that's for nice. Sure. Yeah.
That's great. When we were talking before, the content creation is sort of its whole animal of what's the music, what's the song, what are the dances, how are they going to perform, how are you going to edit and cut it? Yeah. And then once it's in the wild, you get a whole other, different, maybe not even expected participation from people who are watching these videos.
Yes.
Tell us about the comments and the DMs and like what that's been like.
Yeah, I mean, obviously working at a dealership with pretty young salesmen, I would say. We have a good mix of people for sure. But we definitely get some fan clubs now for the different guys. And like I was telling you, I try and keep it as corporate and as PG as possible because at the end of the day, these videos are for fun and we enjoy doing them.
Yeah.
But that's what comes with the territory.
Yeah,
they are. So we definitely have a few fan clubs for a few of the different sales guys. Yeah.
Has there been like a favorite comment that you've seen? You just
oh my gosh, there are too many. Some are like, I didn't want a Ford, but all of a sudden, like, now I need a new truck. Or, like, I'm driving or flying from wherever just to come in. Or, like, keep the same energy when I get there. It's just, they are...
I expect you to be dancing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's just the funniest. They come up with the funniest things. And I've actually, in my analytic report that I present to leadership, it's fun for me. I clip some of the best comments and I put it in there and we just have a laugh. Yeah. So
brilliant. I feel like, social media now, as opposed to so many more traditional mediums, like we were discussing, and especially for automotive, has been a really one-way form of communication of TV ads, right? And now you're almost creating and inviting a community of participants in that has to be so fun. I feel like for the sales, team, they get real-time interaction instead of just like waiting for people to come in and, test drive or buy. So it's got to be, as you're tracking, an interesting way to validate what's happening in real time, because it's hard to see traction as things are coming through of who's booking or who's buying. But for sure, the engagement has got to be through the roof now.
Yeah, and too, I mean, everyone needs a car, right? You have your first-time car buyers. You have someone that's a mom, someone that, is a working person in the industry. So, like, everyone's always going to need a car. And I think tailoring that towards everyone is best. You're going to have your traditional media constantly, right? So traditional car ads and commercials, but I think where people are really missing the mark is that they're not tailoring to the people that, again, want to feel comfortable when they come into a dealership or we really want to break that stigma so that the sales guys don't have to do all of that work to show them, like, hey, I don't need to sell you this car, but I'm trying to help you.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I feel like we've entered the days now of not just on social media, but in marketing and transactional selling that people don't want to be sold to.
Right, exactly.
They want to be entertained. They want to be
100%.
educated.
Yeah.
They want to feel comfortable. The CarMaxes of the world have really created so much more transparency.
Sure.
So, like, the haggling of buying a car that we all just dread. You know,
I with your dad. No,
like, you just took right out of my mouth. I'm like, pretty much every time I've gone to buy a car, I'm like, Dad,
please come with me.
Dad, where are you? Could you please? Yeah.
You like want to be on the phone?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, because you feel like you need backup, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And so I feel like you are breaking the fourth wall here of being able to create a culture and inviting people in to a whole new buying experience just simply by these entertaining, videos and social content.
Yeah.
Have you, like, out of that experience, has there been anything unexpected, like, that you didn't expect from posting these things or creating this type of content that's happened, whether it's marketing or cultural or...
I wouldn't say yet, but we definitely, obviously, like I mentioned, we have to be pretty cautious with how many of the fun videos we're putting out at a time, right? So having a strategy to obviously continuing the traditional social media or the traditional, like, car industry type of ads and commercials, still doing those, but like you said earlier, making them a little bit more fun, still breaking that stigma, but then also not doing too many of the fun videos. So there's a balance, right? So I think, again, continuing to target everyone in all demographics, because not everyone loves the humorous guys dancing in front of a truck. They want to see, the Lee specials, or they want to understand fully. They're more traditional. So I think still maintaining that balance. Yeah.
I love that. I think there's a real anchor to a strategy where you're not just, all chips into this new thing.
Yeah.
Because you understand there's a place for the
sure.
information, the education, and the entertainment.
Yes. And I think, too, like, once the guys see that they do well, it's like, when's the next video? And I have to be like, we have a strategy, guys.
Calm down. It's not all about you.
I'm like, I'll add it to the list, I promise. So, getting them to understand that as well. Like, hey, next week. Or, hey, we have to, put some time in there before we put the next one out. So
that's great, though. You could never relate to the video that's like social media manager coming to grab content. Like, no, or like running away or something.
It has been, again, it's so nice because it makes my job so much easier. And I'm sure you can relate, but when people are on board fully and they present ideas to you, it's so nice. It is very nice to feel like it's kind of a team thing. And I'm like, oh, people actually are interested in making these videos and participating and sharing their ideas because it helps me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it's nice.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Who's teaching the dances? I'm dying to know.
Me and the executive producer, Micah. So it's actually funny. I can maybe send you a video, but there's outtakes of us being like, okay, so now you're going to do this, and then they won't do it. And I'm like, no, let me show you.
Right.
So it's funny. I actually have one video in particular that off the top of my head, but they were doing the Beyoncé song. And I literally, because we did maybe 3 takes, they always kill it within the first, 4 takes. Okay. I'm like so surprised every time, but I'm going in and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good. This is good. And she's like, hit it. So like we know when it's like a good video. But so it's just funny. All of our outtakes are absolutely hilarious. They're so funny. Yeah.
So like half your job is learning the dances and choreography and then
sometimes I let them just run with it. Like sometimes I'm like, whatever you guys want to do, I'm gonna play the music. You have 10 seconds.
That's amazing.
And honestly, like I said, they surprise me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't know what that was, but that was great.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, exactly. I'm always surprised. So
fantastic. Yeah, it's giving a lot of dad energy.
It is.
For sure.
And 100%. I love it. It's so great. So, and our thing at Sarasota Ford is like, let our family take care of your family. So again, when you go in there, me working, it's such a fun environment because they're like, who's giving you trouble? Is anyone, like, it's almost like having a bunch of dads around.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they definitely do give dad energy, for sure.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have there been any campaigns that you've either wanted to do and haven't made the cut, or are like brewing in the back of your mind that you can give us a sneak peek around?
So it's funny because, again, trying to find the balance of it being too girly pop, like knowing that a 26-year-old girl put this together, but I think people love that. So we want to definitely start. Sneak peek, but we want to start
inclusive. I was like, wait, wrong word.
We definitely want to start doing kind of the informational, educational videos, but incorporating those like fun, relatable like tones to it. So,
cool.
5 ways to open this truck bed, but it's like, oh, you can put your Stanley on top of it. You can open it and
still being cultural.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So making it fun but still educational. So
I
that's
love that.
kind of what we're gonna lean towards. Yeah.
Okay, sneak peek. You heard it here first. I love this. And it's actually right on cue because we are literally down to the wire of 21 minutes, and it's never enough.
Yeah.
This was so fun. I'm so excited now. One, to see bloopers.
I know. They're coming soon.
You just heard the commitment. Yes, I love it. We got it on video.
Yes.
And all the new ways that you're going to find to start incorporating here. I think what you're doing is brilliant.
Thank you.
I feel like you have been able to really craft the strategy of showing the personality and reducing, this like stress of going in to buy a car because it's going to be a good time now.
For sure.
So bravo.
Thank you.
And we'll continue to watch and see what happens next.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Yeah. Have a good
Thank
one.
you.
Cool. Bye, everyone.
Bye.